Hi guys, welcome to the GAF Market Outlines. I'm Jasper Chan here at the Global Artha Futures delivering the market outline. Now today we're going to talk about the history of Global Artha Futures, why I chose this company, and I think it's a very great company to work with. It's a huge company with a lot of support, a lot of training, not just to the staff members but also to our clients. So we try to make sure that the clients understand about the market, and we try to make sure that the clients basically have a lot of profit from their investment. But a lot of people know, most people know Indosuria rather than Global Artha Future, which is not surprising because Global Artha Future is a subsidiary company from Indosuria. And when you talk about Indosuria, so Indosuria has been there since 1989, and Indosuria has a lot of business, a lot of big projects like mining, farms, and Indosuria have like real estate, a lot of projects, a lot of construction, and of course there's always a social program, and Indosuria then also have like loans, long-term deposit, and as well as one of the most successful business, which is Global Artha Futures. And in here, Global Artha Futures has been we have been running for more than a decade. It's been since 2004. That was when Global Artha Future was created. So the Global Artha Futures, basically we are like a fund manager. We do some financial planning for our client, and we try to invite everyone to invest their money, because we know if you just put your money in the bank as a long-term deposit, and you might have a bank interest about 6 to 7%, which is a very low bank interest. The reason is once you put the money there, because the rate of the inflation is too high, and by the time you withdraw your money, the value of the money is actually decreasing. So putting the money in the bank is actually the worst investment out there. And some people try to do a real estate by buying houses, and by the time the price of the house will increase, then they will start to sell their house, or they probably just rent it out and receive the rental income. However, the price to invest in real estate is unfortunately huge, because most people can only afford to buy one house, and they can't afford to get another house because it's just too huge to get all those money and start to build multiple houses. Basically then we try to basically the best investment out there is to by investing in the financial market, such as foreign exchange, gold, and also the share index, because it's the most profitable, because the average profit that our client will get is about 10 to 15% a month. Well, once you compare that to a bank where you get a term deposit of 6% a year, so 10 to 15% is actually a huge return out of your pocket. And of course it's depending on the market, so sometimes you might receive less than 10%, and sometimes you might receive over than 15%. You might get 16 or 17 or even more profit. It's all depending on the market. As people say, high return will always have some risks. Well, any investment out there has risks. So any investment will have a risk. And however, we try to match it up with the investment from the client's budget. If the client budget is within a minimum level, then we'll introduce the client into a gold, because the gold price is pretty stable, and even when it's volatile, when the market is volatile, it doesn't jump too high or too low, so we can make sure the client doesn't lose too much money out of their investment. And then we have foreign exchange. for those who doesn't understand about foreign exchange, so basically, if you bought the if you try to travel to overseas, for example, you try to go to America and you're using your rupiah to buy American dollar, that's about 10,000 rupiah for $1, and you try to spend all your money in America, but by the time you get back to Indonesia, you still have, for example, another $20, and that $20 that you spend 10,000 rupiah each to get those $20, and by the time you get back to Jakarta, and hey, the US dollar is going up to 15,000, so you have the profit of 5,000 from that $20, so you get profit of about 100,000 rupiah once you're back here. So that's the profit of the in foreign exchange when you explain that in the very basic way. But of course here, since we traded the forex based on the contract of the price contract of the forex itself, so the profit is actually much higher than you just go to the shop and physically bought the foreign exchange. Same thing as a gold, and the profit is a lot higher when you're trading based from the contract value rather than you just bought the gold physically and put it under your pillow for 10-20 years, and by the time you try to sell it, doesn't really earn that much. Well, that's most of the thing in the Surya. So we try to assist our client as much as possible, because let's face it, in the share market, not just in share market, in the investment market, most client doesn't know what they are doing, and they end up, because they doesn't have time to investigate the market, they doesn't have time to investigate what is happening out there, or how to learn the graph of like what you can see behind me, and learn how the graph works. Basically they use their feeling, and if you use your feeling when you do investment, that is the same as a gambling. And we try to teach our client not to gamble their money, but we try to teach our client to invest their money. And gambling is the same as when you go to the casino and you just close your eye and you just drop all your money on one table and bang, whether you get twice back or you just gone. Most likely your money is gone if you do it that way. So while in the global Artha future, the way we work is we always try to assist our client, and the whole team. We don't work. All our trader doesn't just work individually. We work as a team. We try to have a brainstorming every hour, every second, when the market is going up and down, and we keep brainstorming each other, and we try to get the best outcome of the market. And every morning we have a briefing session with our analysts, and the analysts will analyze the market in advance, what the price will going up or down during the day. And so that is how we work. Then we'll try to contact the client and say, hey, the market is going up, now is the time to buy, let's do it. If the client have their own thinking, they doesn't want to buy, then of course then we'll follow what the client wants. But we provide the best advice and service out there, because we don't let the client just hanging out blindly by themselves and try to trading by their own. By the end of the day, they just lose their money, and some company will even tell the client, hey, it's not our fault, it's your fault, you traded it. No, we don't do that. We try to nurture our client, because most of the people, like you and me, we all working during the day, and we don't have time to look at the news, and we come back home and we say, hey, how come my investment is very mess? So basically, people like us, we do the job for you. We look at the calendar. We know, we have all the calendar about the major event in the world, and we know what's going on when the major event, and we know what's going to happen to your investment when that's happening. For example, if the China's trade balance will coming up tomorrow, then we'll pay attention to it. And if the trade balance is going up positive, then we'll keep telling the client, hey, if you have a currency or you have the index, this is the time when you try to buy it, or it's the time when you to sell it. So well, that's basically what we say, that we provide we try to provide the best quality for our client, and we try to be as much as responsible for our client. And just let's face it, just to be honest, if I wake up in the morning and I try to do some trade for the client, and hey, the client make a lot of money during the day, I will feel happy. I'll feel like that's the best day of my day, and I made my clients happy. But if I trade it or the client trade it based on my advice and they lose money, then I feel like that day is just not my day. Everything will go wrong. I will probably come home. I will probably make some mistake when I came home, or when I drive on the street. I just feel like if someone else trusts their money on me and they lose it, then I will feel very sad, and I will feel very guilty to let that happen. So yes, basically, if you would like to know more about Global Artha Future, or how to invest in our business, our product, and feel free to contact me anytime. You have my number 085775650608, or you can always email me on jasper_budiono@yahoo.com, or you can basically just follow me on the Global Artha Futures Facebook, so www.facebook.com/Global Artha Futures. Well, that's it from me, and I wish you all well, and yes, happy trading, happy investing your money, and have a good day. Thank you everyone.